What's up, y'all? So, got the 5.7 car back in the shop. I swear this car is never gonna leave. We'll never be done with it. The Holley system's working good. Everything works perfectly with it. The AC's done. It's done. We're pretty much finished with everything under the hood. But now the customer wants the sound system. So, you know, I can't complain. I mean, he's happy with the work that I'm doing and he wants to keep doing more work. So I know most of the sound systems I've done in these cars have been big booming systems. We're doing a super mild system, nothing crazy. He still wants to retain his entire trunk, spare tire, everything. So I think we found a solution. We got this Kicker 10 right here. That's got his information. So we got this Kicker 10 right here, and it's gonna pretty much sit right here. The trunk is able to close no problem with it right there, and we're gonna put this just one in for now, and then we'll see how it sounds, and if he wants a little bit more boom, we'll add another one to this side. But I think it's a really good option. You still get the full trunk, spare tire, all that good stuff. Not going super fancy on it, guys. Little Boss Riot amp, and these amps are actually not too bad. I've heard one of these on like on 212s before, and it was, for what it is, it was decent. We're going with the Pioneer double din. We got the Etches double din kit here. Pioneer double din. This is actually the exact same double din I have in my car. I really like it. He was asking me just different suggestions for which radio, and I really like this one. It's got like a nice chrome bezel on it, and it sits really flush in there. It looks really nice. And then the amp came with amp wiring. You know, we're just gonna use it. I mean, it's, like I said, it's gonna be a real simple system, nothing crazy. Comes with a bass knob, and I had to run to the audio store and grab an antenna adapter and the harness for the radio. So let's get it started. So first thing we're gonna do is get the lower dash out. I'll set up my tables right here. We'll start modifying it, getting it cut, getting the new faceplate in place. Then we'll start modifying the dash, install that, and then once the radio's in, we'll start running all the wires for the sound system. I'm not gonna go super in depth in this video. It's just really to keep the content going. Because I've done super in-depth audio installs and everything like that. I have a video. I'll link it for the Etches double din install. And I've done it in a couple other videos. So I'm not going to go super in-depth. I just kind of want to keep you guys abreast of what's going on in here. So we'll go ahead and start getting the lower dash modified and doing all the wiring for the harness, getting everything run, and then hopefully in the next few hours we'll have this thing booming. So as you can tell, this is a factory radio, but it's got Bluetooth. So here's the information. I don't know, I didn't order it. It's got nothing to do with me. There's the information. So if you guys want to order one, you want to keep the factory radio but add Bluetooth, there's the company. I'll put it in the description. But yeah, it works really well. I had actually connected my car to it when I was driving the car after I did the swap. I like to put about 100 miles on each car that I swap, just to kind of work out all the kinks, make sure everything is good to go. So I drove this one. I took it to a car show. I took it home, drove it around a bunch, put it on the highway, and, you know, I wanted to listen to music. So I connected to it, and, you know, it sounded really good. So let me get my little thing set up. We'll get to, we'll actually retain this because this is John Moss Signature Series. All right, man, we want to keep that on there. Yeah, it looks like it'll come out as long as it's not glued in. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get the, get my cutting tools. We'll get this cut, get the new piece epoxied in, and then while that's curing, we'll jump inside. We'll get everything set up in here. With the radio, we'll start running the wires for the amp and get it going. So been a few hours. I have this zip tie on here because it cracked right here. I don't know if it was a previous crack. I know there've been some repairs done to this dash before, but when I was cutting the main part, it cracked. So I used this to kind of hold it together, and I'm just waiting for the epoxy to set. I mean, it's pretty good. So I'm gonna pick this up, paint it here in a second. I was putting the harness together. So this is the adapter harness, and then this is the harness from the Pioneer unit, and I forgot to get a bypass. So with these Pioneer units, they need a parking brake bypass so that you can access all the features. It just eliminates you having to hook this parking brake wire up to the actual parking brake. It's such a stupid thing, but they make a little pack module that bypasses it, and I forgot to grab it when I went to the audio place, so I have to go get one tomorrow. I'm still gonna hook this all up. I'll just cut it and wire it in after. I just want to make sure everything works. What I am gonna do differently on this car that I didn't do on any of the other builds you guys may have seen, I'm gonna run everything down this side. I normally run power on the driver's on this side, and then run all the signal wires down the driver's side. But because this is such a small system, I mean, it's like 8-gauge wire, one set of RCAs. And all right, like I was saying, so I'm gonna run everything down this side. So all we got is single small gauge power wire, one set of RCAs, and a set of a remote wire and the bass knob. So I'm gonna run everything down this side, and I'm actually gonna mount the amp to the back of this box, and then just mount everything right here and just make it super plain and simple. I'll have the wire sheathed with the split loom through there so it looks factory, or zip tie it up on the top, but just make it really nice and clean so when you look at it, it looks like this. I was gonna mount the amp up there, but I need to fix that. I was gonna mount the amp up there, but nah, I'm gonna mount it onto the box and just run the wires right into it. It'll be super simple, super clean. You won't see any wires at all, except for probably just the ones that go in here to the power, to the speaker terminals. So I think that's going to be a good way to do it, and I'm going to put the sub over here on this side. So really what I'm doing now, I'm going to go ahead and get the double DIN set up, get the wires run, get all the RCAs, everything run so I can put this back together, run it all the way to the back, get everything connected to the amp, get all that done, and then tomorrow we'll finish up installing the double DIN and all this, just because I have to wait for the pack module to bypass it, and it's too late. The place is already closed. It's like 7:30, so that's that. And then I'm gonna pull this out, probably pull that out, and then we need to put a car on the lift, that green car, and swap the transmission. So that's it, you know, simple stuff. And I actually drove the Impala today, so there she is sitting pretty. So let me get back to work. All right, so this is where we got. I really didn't have to do all this, but you know me, even though you can't see it, I still want it to be neat. So I got all the wires run here. I don't have the right size split loom to put on this, so I'll grab that tomorrow when I go to the audio place. So I'm going to leave this like this for now, but I can put the inside back together. Wires are ran and tucked up under here, so they're all like down here. Ran the right way. Take the seat belt out. Don't run it around the seat belt. Tuck it on the other side of the bolt. Tuck it down so you don't have that big bulge. And I got the wires coming out up there. I still need to get the bypass module for the harness. The dash is painted, so we got that done. So that's done, ready to install. So in the morning, I'm gonna run to the audio place, grab the bypass module, grab the right size split loom, and then and we can wrap this thing up. It'll be done. I mean, it'll be done. So I didn't get to bring that other car in because I don't want to move any of this right now. So I'll start that other car tomorrow with the transmission job. So I'll pick this up tomorrow when we get the finished product with this thing. All right, y'all. It's the next day. We got our split loom. This is 3/4 inch, so this would be more than enough. And I can't buy it by the foot. I got to buy like 100 feet at a time, but I can always use it because this is actually big enough to put the 0 gauge wire through. So that's good. We got the pack module, which is this thing here. Well, it's already in the harness. I already did that part, but this is it here. And basically it's pretty self-explanatory. I don't connect it to the remote output. I connect it to the, well, I guess the ignition, and then ground, and then the green goes to the park and brake wire. Pretty simple. The yellow and black, don't worry about that unless you have an Alpine. And that's it. And it tells you what it does. But the reason I started filming is because I noticed something different on these Etchus kits is these numbers. They didn't have this before. This is new. I haven't seen this on any of the kits I've done. This is the first time I've seen this. You know, it's pretty cool. So you kind of remember what number it is, or if you need to give instruction to somebody, you could be like, hey, put it on number 4 and the screws on number 2, you know. So that's cool. So got the harness installed, got that's the pack module there, got the antenna adapter, got the microphone ran, bass knob, all that stuff. I did put all the pieces in. The only thing I didn't put back in is the back seats, because I want to make sure, I want to clean up back here. I want to wrap this wire with the split loom, just because so it doesn't chafe right here. So I'm going to run it all the way through. And then I was looking at this and I was like, I don't really like the way this looks, so I'm actually going to wrap the split loom all the way up to here, separate it, and put more split loom on here, so it just looks nice and clean. So I'm going to take those pieces off and redo that. So right now I'm just getting ready to put these brackets on the radio, test fit the radio, plug everything in, turn it on, make sure everything works. I haven't hooked up the battery yet. I did this one real simple, still down the passenger side, and then I'm just going to put a ring terminal on here. And I bought a extended battery thing, extended battery, side post battery stud with a, you know, so you can put, real simple, real clean. Like I said, for this system, it's so small. I mean, this amp maybe, it says it's 1100 watts, so it may be pushing out, you know what, I can tell you. Good way to tell you know, about what your amp is pushing out, look at the fuse. So let's see what size fuse is in here. Come on. The fuse is in there. But it's green, so it's a 30 amp fuse. So this thing's pushing out no more than 300 watts. So we'll be fine. So let me get these brackets on, get the radio test fit. The doubled in, the kit is installed and painted and dried. So this is ready to go. So we'll get this put in and get this thing wrapped up. All right, so it's a couple days later, and I was in the midst of editing this video, and I realized I never made an outro. So it's done. System's done. System is ran. It's mounted. The amp is back there. It's mounted. Sounds actually pretty surprising for such a small system. But as you can see, it almost looks factory because it matches the carpet. Dinging was driving me nuts, but yeah, it almost looks factory because it matches the carpet. I got an issue with the lower dash. We'll get that fixed, but I just wanted to post an outro for the video and show you guys the finished product of this system. So I believe if you have 2 of these, one here and one there, just 2 10s, I think that'll be a really, really nice sounding system for somebody who doesn't want too much bass and still wants to keep a lot of trunk room and stuff like that. I'm not going to play it because you really won't be able to tell how much bass is in there, because it's not enough really to really make a difference. It doesn't make the mirrors shake. It doesn't shake the trunk. I mean, very little vibration, not much rattle, very little just on a high bass song, you know. But other than that, the customer saw it, he likes it, said it looks factory, and I keep forgetting to fix that. I gotta fix that, but you know, works good, sounds good. We got some issues with the lower dash. that I gotta fix after I cut it, I realized there's like no tabs, none, anywhere. There's one tab over here. This tab here is in place. Other than that, there's no other tab, so the lower dash won't stay up. So I glued some tabs on the one in the office, and we're gonna try to I'm gonna try to get it to stay on. If not, the customer does have another lower dash that he's gonna bring, and then I'll just transfer the I just have to do that process over again, transfer the bezel from one to the other. It's not hard, I've done several of them. So like I said, I just wanted to make an outro for this video because I realized I didn't. I was in the office editing. I was like, damn, I never showed the finished product. So that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Very simple system, and I'll see y'all in the next one.